So I want to record my first video for YouTube that is not from TikTok. And I wanted to say that I am sure a lot of people are feeling weird energy right now, especially with TikTok going dark and the message that was put on that app. At the same time that I was recording my last video on TikTok about TikTok announcing that they were going to go dark at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it was announced that now the swearing in ceremony in the Rotunda is not happening and other events are being canceled as well. And I'm sure that sent a lot of the red hats into a tailspin. And that sent out psychic attacks. And some of those psychic attacks can be predictions that are not set in stone, predictions that pertain to free will. And one of those is TikTok saying, oh, oopsie, we made a mistake. We didn't mean 8:30 p.m. We meant, midnight. But then it ended up not being midnight. It was 10:45 when my phone, Eastern Standard Time, on my phone, I couldn't get into TikTok. So they just were being chaotic with everything. And then while watching the Lions play the Commanders, things were just going completely awry. The Lions weren't playing their regular game. Jared Goff was completely off. And none of it made sense. None of it made sense until I logged in to TikTok one last time to see that message. And it became very clear once I found out that events for the inauguration of Trump are being canceled. It became very clear that his followers are scared. And so any prediction that had any amount of free will attached to it would have changed. Hence why the Lions lost. Because it wasn't just me manifesting, saying that it was going to happen from my guides. There were so many people wanting that and manifesting that that would happen. Almost all of America wanted the Lions to go to the Super Bowl this year. That was a large amount of people. But that wasn't something that was set in stone. Something like that could change because of free will. Me and other psychics that were on TikTok have asked our guides if what they're telling us about Monday and Trump not being inaugurated, is that something that's set in stone? And they actually said it was. So I thought I would do a tarot pull to ask what the situation is. I have this book here called The Complete Book of Tarot Spreads, and I thought I would use one of these to figure out what is really going on. Okay, I am going to shuffle this deck. I'm using the Joie de Vivre, which is joy of life. And I always shuffle these cards 3 times. Okay, now I'm going to cut this deck into 3 and then put it back together. So Spirit, help me put these cards back together so we can find out what is going on, if things are what they seem. Okay, so the first card is the subject of the question. We want to know what is going on with our country. What is happening? Is Donald Trump going to be president? on Monday. Is that what's happening? Have the energies changed? So the first card is the Queen of Wands. And then the second card is the cover card, that which directly touches the questioner. The Six of Swords. And then the opposing card, card 3, the Magician. And then we have the present situation, the situation at the time the question is posed. So like, what is going on currently? This is after TikTok has been banned. So we have the Page of Cups. So I'm going to put these down here. I'm not going to touch these, but let's just talk about the Queen of Wands. So that is the question, the subject of what is going on here. Okay, with the Queen of Wands here, this is the like subject of the question. And I asked, with TikTok being banned today and going into effect and us getting that message on our screen about President Trump, like, is he really going to be inaugurated? And we have the Queen of Wands here. And the Queen of Wands is somebody that is very nurturing and an inspiration. And particularly for this deck, this is Queen Zest, the Queen of Wands. And Queen Zest bears a courageous heart of a lioness, radiating health and vitality. She showers her garden with love and the sunlit warmth of her spirit. So, and it says to like believe in yourself, but I think also like believing in your intuition. Keep trusting that and commit to challenges with confidence. By sharing your vision, you're helping to create a better world for all. And there's no way that this card could represent Trump. It could only represent Kamala. There's nothing about this card that could be related to Trump at all. And I have this book too, the Modern Tarot, and in here it says, all hail the Queen of Wands, everybody loves her, and what's not to love? Her good vibes are infectious. And I think that's something that we all see in Kamala, is that she has an infectious spirit. Like, her laugh is so loving. The way that she is so empathetic to others and truly understands people is unlike any politician we have ever seen. And the fact that we're getting this Queen of Wands card, I think that tells us that, you know, this is what we know, and what we've known all along to be true is happening, and that Kamala will be president, that Donald Trump will not be president. Another thing about the Queen of Wands, like, it says like this type of person like is very energetic, they're funny, they're charming, they're the life of the party, and everybody loves them. And in particular, like, this represents a very strong female, a person with a radiant feminine flair about them. And that definitely is Kamala for sure, the divine feminine. So for the Six of Swords, this card represents, it's the cover card, that which directly touches the questioner, or like the subject of the question, and what is going to be, what is going to happen. And the question was, is Donald Trump going to be inaugurated? This card, Six of Swords reversed, represents a delayed journey, and feeling trapped and worrying. And so while yes, like, this is the card that came out asking if Donald Trump was going to be inaugurated as president, and it's very clear that it's a no, because this card represents Kamala. This is the card that represents Trump, and there's a delay, and we've been seeing that there are a ton of plans that are being canceled, and MAGA is definitely worried. So that card definitely is indicative of what is happening to Trump right now. And then this card is the opposing or complementary card. So, and we have the Magician upright on that. So for the Magician, you know, this is represents action, power, ingenuity, concentration. And on here we have materializing from a golden lamp, the shape-shifting magician, Presto, combines the elemental powers of a wand, cup, and sword and coin. Thought forms flow from his hat, manifesting into physical form. He conducts wizardry in a field of poppies, as such flowers embody the spirit of magic, dreams, and imagination. Tapping into universal energies, Presto puts ideas into action. His ghostly rabbit companion, Hocus, forms the luminescent, the symbol of infinity. So down here, you can see that this is an infinity symbol. So this is the opposing complementary card to the question about whether or not Trump is going to be inaugurated as president. And so what I'm seeing is that action has been taken through ingenuity to focus on a positive outcome and to block Donald Trump from being president. And then 4 is the present situation, the situation at the time that the question was posed. So, you know, it is this time. I don't think you can see that. This is the time. It is 1:55 a.m. on Sunday, January 19th. So we have the Page of Cups, which represents the present situation. So specifically for this deck, the Page of Cups, the keywords are calm, gentle, creative, and dreamy. And so I think it's important that we continue to remain calm and focus on the vision that we all know to be true. And this here is Reverie is a gentle messenger who loves delivering beautiful messages of creativity and emotion, which sprouts from his crown of his on his head. The ground he stands on is filled with swirling dreams in the making. As you can see, swirling dreams. The beginning of a creative venture ushers in the dawning of new perspectives. And the creative flow knows no limits, and the power of imagination brings ideas into being. Never stop listening to your intuition while embracing your childlike magic within. So I think this is a reminder that we need to continue trusting our intuition, and what we know is true. And it has not changed, even though some things are happening that have made things go awry, and things don't look like they seem right now. So, yeah, it's very, very strange right now. So let me move these cards out of the way. We're going to keep this one here. So card 5 represents the root, the past basis from which the question arose. And we have the 2 of coins. And then card 6 is the immediate future and the next prospect, which is the 4 of Cups. Both of these are upright. Okay, so this card represents like why the question was posed to begin with. And the 2 of Cups pertains to, you know, change. And that is why I posed the question, because a lot of things were changing. There's a lot of chaos, and we need to know, like, the prediction that our guides have given us, does that still stand? And so this is representing that. You can see there's a juggling and a little dance that this devilish cat is trying to do. And, you know, it specifically says, with 1 foot on the back of a running lizard, Flux manages to juggle a pair of coins while remaining balanced. The turbulent sea is a reminder that life is seldom as an easy ride.
Life is in constant motion. You need to be flexible to juggle an array of demands while keeping things in balance. You need to remain adaptable to change while staying focused on your direction. So let's not get overwhelmed. Let's just stay focused on what we know to be true and not pay attention to the chaos, not let it lower our vibration, and keep trusting our intuition. And then card 6 is the immediate future and what is the next prospect. So we have the Four of Cups. Okay, so the Four of Cups actually represents an epiphany, regroup, contemplation, and like new perspectives. And this is the immediate future. And there's going to be an epiphany for a lot of people coming about what is actually happening, and definitely a regroup. So on here we have a character that is lost in gloom while gazing into a reflecting pool, which is down here. Melancholic doesn't yet notice the cups of opportunity hovering above him right here. He ignores his friends who are making attempts at communication. With his hands over his heart, Melancholic awakens to realization. It is time for him to look inside the box. His inner divinity is ever present and will bring forth his fullest potential. So, and it says, when feelings of melancholy take over because of an overwhelming discontentment, reevaluate your situation. So we are feeling melancholy because we lost TikTok, and then the message from TikTok is saying President Trump. And so it's making us feel, you know, the way that we're feeling, and we need to just take a step back and realize that none of that is true. And a lot of people have been kept out of the loop. So yeah, TikTok doesn't know what's going to happen on Monday, but we do. We all know, and we need to stay focused on that. So let me move those cards there. And then card 7 is the expectation or further development, taking all cards in the layout into consideration. Oh my gosh, we have the sun, you guys. We have the sun. We have the sun. I mean, come on. We can't get any better than that. That is such a great outcome. So like the further development is enlightenment, growth, energy, vibrancy. Like everything is unfolding, and we just need to hold fast to that. Like this is just, it's a beautiful outcome. This is so beautiful. And it relates to our Queen of Wands, Kamala. Right here. Okay, wow, that, take a deep breath, take a deep breath. Okay, and then card 8 is yourself, inner strength, inner depth, and unconscious. So we have the King of Wands, which definitely, like right now we are feeling a little chaotic. We're feeling like things are unraveling and it's coming loose, but that's not really what's happening at all. We have the Sun and the Queen of Wands together. Remember, the question was posed, is Donald Trump going to be president? This card represents a vibrant woman, and this card cannot possibly represent anything about Donald Trump. This card here represents the further developments, the sun. Everything is working out beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. Okay, and then card 9 is hopes and fears or feelings about the situation. We have the 9 of Wands. We have been through so much, you guys. I mean, and we are still hoping. We have this little hope here. You know, our heart is wide open. We are still in the fight, and we need to continue to fight. We know what is happening. We have these beautiful plants that are blooming over here. We need to keep our focus on what we know is happening. Kamala, and an enlightenment, beautiful enlightenment is happening, and it's coming. It is coming. Card 10 is the surroundings and influences from the outside. We have the 5 of Cups reversed. So the, the influences that are from the outside on this situation, the Five of Cups reversed represents like a refusal to move past challenges, opposition to change, and chaos. And we've seen that. We've seen what the Red Hats have done by causing chaos because they know what is coming. They are refusing to accept what is ultimately going to happen. And yeah, there is going to be chaos. We know that. We're ready for it. And we're still getting our Kamala and our beautiful enlightenment. And then lastly, card 11 is the energies that you are aware of already being in effect, because in the context of your question, they're becoming increasingly more important. We have the Eight of Cups, Eight of Coins, the Eight of Coins reversed. So when the Eight of Coins is reversed, it's saying that we are depending on other people and we are focusing on their perspective when we should be focusing on our own thing, which is why I posed the question to begin with. So I hope you take comfort in knowing that the answer to the question whether or not Donald Trump is going to be president, we have Queen of Wands, Kamala Harris. And this is what is unfolding in the immediate future, Monday. There we go. That's it.